The one that they sent, prototype. That one that they put the name.
How's the stream?
Back on.
It's live?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. I'm not in the camera, am I?
Keep that mask on.
Excuse me, guys, sorry.
And we are back with 1 minute to go in the third quarter of the first semifinal here at the Inside Lacrosse Elite 8. We apologize for missing the first 3 quarters of action. We struggling with some technical difficulties, and we are back live. Currently, Annapolis Hawks are up 8-4 on Sweetlax. Get you up to speed on some of the scores. Ty Scott opened the scoring for Sweetlax. Paul Garza tied it at 1-1. Ryan Schreier from Don Petramont put Hawks at 2-1. Aiden Meekin from Jeremy Hofsticker made it 2-2. From there, Hawks went on a 5-goal run. Don Petramont, Schreier, Paul Garza from Petro, Gavin Kelly, and George Acton. Aiden Aiken from Ty Scott made it 7-2. I'm sorry, 7-3. And as I mentioned, we are now here 8-4 at the end of the third quarter. We'll be back for fourth quarter action in a second.
It literally sounds like somebody wires.
I really don't watch that.
And we're back with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Annapolis Hawks are up 9-8 over Sweetlax, but Sweetlax is on a heck of a run. Hawks currently in possession. We are playing with NCAA rules, including shot clocks. There's 45 seconds remaining on this shot clock. Hawks coach Dave Cottle has been very persistent with his team in terms of understanding time and score situations, valuing the ball. This is a big possession for the Hawks if they can get one here in addition to taking the clock down to about 3 minutes and 10 seconds. They put a lot of pressure on this Sweetlax team, although Sweetlax has recently, as part of their run, had a really good performance at the face-off X. It was Paul Garza on that last goal from Dom Petramala to give Hawks a 10-8 advantage. Sweetlax, Adam Slater won the subsequent faceoff. Sweetlax trying to cut this to one goal with 2 minutes to go. Currently 42 seconds left on the shot clock. The run out gets awarded to Sweetlax. Aiden Aiken, who has been incredibly hot in the fourth quarter, begins this possession with 1:37 to go. That shot is outside the goal. Timeout Hawks with 1:10 remaining. That's their only timeout of the game. Really nice job by Jackson Roberts carrying that ball into the offensive zone. With 61 seconds left on the shot clock, if they can run this all the way down, Sweetlax will have 9 seconds remaining, down 2. In the fourth quarter, this first semifinal of the Inside Lacrosse Elite 8 at 76ers Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware. Once again, I want to thank you for joining us and apologize for the technical difficulties in the first 3 quarters of this game. Had an issue with our connection to our midfield center elevated camera angle. That angle will be made available via NextPro and potentially on YouTube later on. For the time being, we are currently at sideline level. It's about as far as we can get from our central location here where I'm calling the game behind the end line, behind the Hawks end line. Following this game, Team 91 Long Island Smash will take on Team 91 Maryland Fire in a second semifinal. Winner of this game advances to play the winner of that game, scheduled for 10:45 this evening. Hawks made it to this semifinal via a 7-3 win over DC Express. Sweetlax doubling coming out of this timeout. Advanced via a victory over Primetime. And they forced the turnover. Don Petramala's pass is too high for Race Ripley. And we see Cade Smith start on this clear. And we see a timeout from Sweetlax with 52 seconds to go, down 10-8 in the fourth quarter. Certainly this is a situation where you draw something up, try to get a look quickly, win a face-off, even it up, send this game to overtime. In the event that it does go to overtime, play sudden victory. No additional timeouts for the overtime period. I believe that the clock will be set for 4 minutes.
You can talk to. Yeah, come on, outboard. Sure.
And we're back with 52 seconds to go. Dylan Vincent begins the possession. Luke Haley carrying the ball deep into the zone. 41 seconds remaining. Aiden Aiken carries to the middle of the field. His shot is wide right. We'll restart with Luke Haley off the end line. Vincent dodging a short stick, and he takes it down the right alley and finishes low and away. Really, really nice play out of Dylan Vincent. We have 17 seconds remaining. That makes it 10-9 Hawks over Sweetlax. Face-off set between Blake Boyd and Adam Slager. "17 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
Bro, what are you doing?
Hawks want it forward, but Max Latore comes up with the ground ball. No timeouts remaining for Sweetlax. Out of options, and a save. Kent Good on the doorstep. Latore stepped in the crease after, and it looks like Hawks are going to hold on for this one-goal victory in the first semifinal. They'll advance to play the winner of Team 91 Long Island Smash versus Team 91 Maryland Fire, coming up next here on this stream.
Going into 8th grade, we played in this tournament.
So we are live here in the section.
Oh, gotcha. I just don't want to.
We're live.
No, but I mean, live films.
Yeah, that live.
Oh, gotcha. Is live films.
It's this week.
Delaware, I am Terry Foy, and this is semifinal number 2 of the IL Elite 8, a brand new first-time event that we unveiled last week that features 8 of the top boys class of 22 club teams. It is, of course, August 31st, and we are about to get going on the September 1st date of first contact between college coaches and prospective student athletes. We are counting down the minutes the best way we know how by watching some lacrosse. In this second semifinal matchup, we have Team 91 Long Island Smash, the number 2 seed in this event, taking on Team 91 Maryland Fire. These are two teams that know each other pretty well. They haven't played, to my knowledge, yet this summer, as Smash was really limited to local play days by virtue of the COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent shutdown. So this has been an opportunity for them to take on some squads that they've played a lot over the years, but not this summer. 91 Maryland Fire is certainly one of the standouts at Isle Invitational Session 3 in Columbia, Maryland in early August. Both of these are top 4 squads in the Isle Club ratings, part of the process by which teams were selected and seeded for this event. Smash advanced to the semifinal by virtue of a win over Cherries, a team hailing from Detroit, Michigan. And 91 Maryland topped 3D New England Red in order to advance to this semifinal. Jake Bear in possession here for Fire, moves it along to Charles Balsamo. Hayden Sommer in possession, showing some really nice speed from X. Excellent ground ball in traffic by Patrick Pisano, but his pass back to goalie Kevin Barrett, intercepted, shot backed up by Smash, and they'll restart their clear with 10:30 to go in the first quarter. We're scoreless here in the second semifinal of the IL Elite 8 from 76ers Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware. Leo Hoffman carries into the offensive zone. Joey Spallina in possession, covered by Malachi Jones. Spallina named today by Ty Zanders the #1 recruit in the class of 2022. Nice save by Caden Stoller on that, and then the second shot goes wide. As the officials sort out the flag down and after the whistle situation, it's a good time to mention that the officials are currently they're members of NILOA, the Collegiate Officials Association, and they're currently being evaluated as they look to advance through the college officiating ranks. So we're back to action with Team 91 Long Island up 2 men versus 91 Maryland. That is Gavin Lacazio. I'm sorry, that is Brock Behrman. Sneaking from the right post with a really nice spinning jump shot to put Smash up 1-0. 8:44 to play in the first quarter. It appears one of those 91 Maryland penalties was locked in, so Smash will remain man up. Really nice face-off win there by Aiden Smith, a Texas native who attends Boys Latin School in Baltimore, Maryland. Fire looked to kill this penalty. Back to even strength. 7:45 to go in the first quarter. Smash up 1-0 on Team 91 Maryland. McCabe Millen initiating the offense. Charles Balsamo takes from X. Nice physical defense there by Kevin Kearns. Shot clock reset with 7:10 to go in the first quarter. Millen's feed to Colin Campbell on the interior, not handled, but Campbell comes up with the ground ball and finds Hayden Sommer on the backside for the quick stick finish, making it 1-1 with 6:36 to go in the first quarter. Really nice ball movement off of the ground ball there. Campbell coming up with it, finding the cross crease feed to Sommer to bring this game back level. I believe that's Jake Spallina out to take the face-off for Smash, who brought 3 face-off specialists to this game. Spallina, a 2023, really stands out in that standing neutral grip position, which is a part of the rule set here today. Spallina, a really tall, athletic face-off guy. Trouble here for Smash. This goalie Kevin Barrett tried to clear the ball himself, lost possession around the midline right in front of the substitution box. Balsamo came up with the ground ball, but the Smash defense able to recover before an apparent scoring opportunity presented itself. Fire out with a midfield of Bear, James Coretta, and Colin Campbell. Coretta dispossessed by Patrick Pisano. I believe we have hold on smash, and Fire will be extra man. With 4 minutes to play in the first quarter, tied 1-1. Millen trying to feed the interior. Pass is knocked down. He was looking for Jimmy Core. Pisano legging out the clear. Smash will look to kill his face off, or excuse me, kill this man down. Joey Spallina with a shot that catches the far pipe. Oh, I take that back. His shot went wide, shot clock expired. .135 to go here in the first quarter. Team 91 Long Island Smash tied up with Team 91 Maryland Fire 1-1. Loose ball scramble in the Smash box. Johnny Cool comes away with it, looking to spark transition with 1:20 to go. Fire settles in Balsamo's stick. Fire with a midfield line of Peretta, Bear, and Millen. Over and back, the call. Jimmy Core's pass was over the midline. Really nice check by Dominic Senf as he was releasing the pass. Spallina charging from X at the far end of the field. Double comes. Spallina carries away. Behrman sneaking near side. And that'll do it for the first quarter. A 1-1 game with 12 minutes in the books. We are playing 12-minute running time quarters. This is the second of two semifinals. In the first semifinal, Annapolis Hawks withstood an incredible late run by Sweetlax and held on to a 1-goal advantage to advance to the championship game, which is scheduled for 10:45. They'll play the winner of this 91 Long Island Smash versus 91 Maryland Fire game. We'll have one game in the interim. those opponents are being squared away right now on the other field. We've got 2 fields running here at 76ers Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware. The first, I suppose it's inaugural. It's not a first annual until it's a second annual event. The inaugural IL Elite 8, a one-day tournament featuring 8 of the best boys club teams in the class of 2022. In order to advance here, Smash beat a really hard-charging Juice Cherries team 12-8. Fire beat 3D New England Red 12-9. In our next game, we've got Primetime, who emerged 6-5 victors over DC Express, taking on the winner of Juice Cherries 3D New England, which is going on right now. Comes up with the ground ball off the face-off, immediately takes it to Cool, and settles at X with 15 seconds gone in this second quarter. Behrman's cross-crease pass, a little behind Brady West. Nathan Krause comes up with the ground ball and clears it. Fire settles with Balsamo and Millen. Colin Campbell in possession. Works the ball through X. Balsamo coming up the left side of the field. A nice low-to-low shot. That's one of his trademarks. Team 91 Maryland Fire takes a 2-1 lead with 10:30 remaining in the second quarter. Ty Ambush on to take the face-off against Max Hawkinson. This is an interesting scenario as the standing neutral grip face-off changes that were put in place by the NCAA Rules Committee this summer were expressly meant to prevent these type of lockups from happening and get the ball out quickly. I haven't seen a ton of lockups of that duration, but I've seen more than 0, and it'll be interesting to see how officials continue to adjudicate that in an effort to prevent those types of tie-ups and extended time elapse from happening. Malachi Jones on the penalty. Smash will go up. I believe that was a cross check. Spalina initiating from X, passes to Behrman at the point. The backup given to Fire.
Way to go, John Young.
Ball in the stick of John Young. Smash shuttles into their ride. Balsamo dropping back over the midline. Helping with the clear. Goes to Jordan Beck. And McCabe Millen looks like he'll settle and kill this penalty.
At the Maryland UVA player. You saw him in the
Smash in possession with 6.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, trailing 2-1. Leo Hoffman in possession goes to work on Matt McMillan. Marcus Wertheim with the nice time and room step down. Big right-handed shot. Ties it at 2 with 6:10 to go in the second quarter. Ambush and Hawkinson back out at the faceoff X. Hawkinson appeared to win the clamp. Ambush came away with the ball. We have a loose ball into the smash zone. They'll look to clear it with Jaden Baldwin. Gets the ball to Wertheim, the last goal scorer, who works it back to Spalina at X. Jones ran through Wertheim, the screener there. We had a save by goalie Caden Stoller. And then a second one of a shot from Anthony Malika. Spalina restarts in possession. Fresh shot clock, 4:45 to go in the second quarter, tied 2-2. Spalina's low and away effort is wide. Behrman with the backup. Behrman with an unbelievable step on John Young, but an even better save by Stoller. Fire clears up the far sideline with Malachi Jones. (2-2), 4:15 to play. McCabe Millen in possession for Fire. McCabe Millen doing work from the right wing. Sets up his man with a stutter step, goes topside, and just a beautiful right-handed low-to-low finish on the run. Gives his team a 3-2 lead. Fire up 3-2 with 3:30 to play in the second quarter. Aiden Smith out to take the face-off for Fire. His wings are Cool and McMillan. Hawkinson back out for smash, flanked by Dylan Sagater. And a short stick on the near side, whose number I can't see. McMillan comes away with the ground ball, shot in transition, and he beats Barrett. Stick side low, really nice right-handed shot on the run. It is 4-2 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Two quick goals for Fire. First, a really nice McMillan right-handed shot on the run. And then Matt McMillan off of the face-off scrum with another right-handed shot in transition. That was Andrew McMeekin out for smash on that face-off. Went early, but lands the over-the-head check on Aiden Smith and brings the ball into the smash zone. They'll settle with Joey Spallina. Oh, what a check by Jones. Just perfectly landed on the head of Spallina's stick, and the ball immediately fell into the net. Jones with a clearing pass to midfield. Fire will settle with 1:22 to play in the second quarter, up 4-2. Balsamo being marked by Kevin Kearns. Jake Bear in possession. Matched up with James Coretta. Colin Campbell carries into the middle of the field, takes some damage, but moves the ball on. That'll do it for the first half here in the second semifinal of the inaugural IL Elite 8 from 76ers Fieldhouse. Team 91 Maryland scores the last 3 goals of the half to take a 5-2 lead into halftime. I believe that was Mac McMillan on the 5th goal for Fire. But once again, it's 5-2 at halftime, and we will be back. Yep, you're good. Welcome back to the second half of the second semifinal of the inaugural IL Elite Eight at 76ers Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware. I am Terry Foy, and you are rejoining a game in which 91 Maryland Fire built a 5-2 lead on 91 Long Island Smash on the strength of a 3-goal second quarter surge. McCabe Millen, Matt McMillan, and Colin Campbell, the goal scorers. But some impressive defensive performances in this one already. We have new goalies in net for Smash. It's Bryce Pang from Deerfield. Carden Stoller remains in net for Maryland Fire. Malachi Jones guarding Joey Spallina. His pass to Behrman, errant, but the ground ball picked up, and then subsequent shot put on, but I believe Stoller got that with his foot. Danger not over yet as Wertheim carries into the middle of the field, but the defense recovers. Spallina dodging from up top. Another save by Stoller. This time Fire coming up with the ground ball. Nathan Krause loses his footing but comes back up with the ball. He's met by Jaden Baldwin. And we have a flag down. Fire will go extra man with 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, up 3. Smash needing a stop here in order to try to reclaw some of the momentum. They've gotten some quality looks, but Stoller has been outstanding. I believe he's got 3 saves already in this quarter. He's up to 9 in the game. Colin Campbell triggers the extra man. Works through Sommer to Millen at X, to Balsamo. Up top to Bear, can't handle that. Comes away with the ground ball, but under heavy pressure from Max Neeson. His pass evades Campbell, but Sommer gathers. Millen working from Max up to Campbell, back to Sommer. What a shot from the right-handed wing from Hayden Sommer. All I could tell from my perspective is the ball did not end up in the net, which when it hits at least 1, if not 2 pipes, tells you that it was a really, really good shot. And it gives Fire a 6-2 lead with 8:40 to play in the third quarter. I believe we have Austin Oppenheim out for Smash at the faceoff. Aiden Smith for Fire. Oppenheim wins it forward. Moves it quickly to his wing. Behrman, right-handed step down just wide. Spallina will restart. Goes to work left-handed. Inside roll, his shot is high. Behrman restarts. Back right, guarded by John Young. Gets topside, attempts the Lyle Thompson backhander. Couldn't tell whether that was knocked down before it got to the net or if that's Stoller's 10th save. He clears through to McMillan in the middle of the field. It appears that we've got Smash offsides, Fire looking to settle. 55 seconds left on the shot clock, 7:10 to play in the third quarter, and they'll be extra man. On the other field, Cherries up 10-6 on 3D New England Red. They will play primetime on this field in the next game. The winner of this advances to play Annapolis Hawks. That game's set for 10:45 in the championship game of the inaugural Inside Lacrosse Elite Eight. Charles Balsamo starts the fireman up. Quick ball movement with McCabe Millen through X. His pass to the top middle was deflected. Ground ball gathered by Sommer, moves it to Bear. Back to Sommer, sneaking Millen on the inside, and a save up top by Bryce Pang. It's gonna stay with Fire. James Coretta on the push on the crease. Millen fell into the crease, but he was pushed. Jake Bear with the step down on the pass from Millen at X. Tucks it right underneath the post to make it 7-2 with 5:10 to play in the third quarter. Maryland Fire, extra man has been potent, but it's the shooting, the corners that have been pinged. Just an unbelievable sequence. First with Sommer's goal to make it 6-2, and now Bear sneaking it just underneath the crossbar to make it 7-2.
Doing all right?
Once again, the lid is tightly secured on the Fire goal. Joey Spallina had an inside look. Didn't get it to drop. Fire comes back in transition looking to make something happen. Millen's falling attempt goes wide. Sommer looking to re-trigger from back right with about 4:10 to play. His team up 7-2 in the third quarter. Smash looks like they have dropped into a zone. Jimmy Core takes opportunity with the space, and he finds the pipe. That resets the shot clock with 3:30 to play in the third quarter. Charles Balsamo restarts the offense, operating from X, guarded by Kevin Kearns. Sommer's low-to-low effort stopped by Pang. Ground ball gathered by Neeson. He moves the ball upfield and settles with Gavin Lacasio. Smash desperately need to make something happen here offensively. Marcus Wertheim might be a good place to look. He's got one of Smash's 2 goals with a nice righty step down in the second quarter. Jamison Smith in possession. Carrying left-handed, getting bodied up. Moves it to Berman, to Spallina. A switch and a double. Spallina draws the double, moves it underneath to Berman, who buries it low to low. 7-3 Fire with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. That breaks a scoreless drought of nearly 20 minutes for Smash. An incredible performance by Carden Stoller, who's over 10 saves and only has 3 goals allowed. Ty Ambush on to take the face-off for Maryland Fire, squaring off against Austin Oppenheim, who won his last draw forward. Once again, Oppenheim comes away with the ball. Quick double. Ambush comes up with the second ground ball. Turns back. Ambush carries the ball into the offensive zone. John Young in possession. Finds Balsamo, who will settle with 50 seconds to play. 57 seconds left on the shot clock. Fire can hold for 1. McCabe Millen left-handed down the alley. His attempt goes wide. Balsamo with the backup. An update from the other field. Juice Cherries up 11-10 on 3D New England Red with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play. The winner of that game plays prime time coming up next. The winner of this game advances to take on Annapolis Hawks. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Team 91 Maryland Fire had a 5-2 halftime lead and extended it. 2 unbelievably impressive shots. First from Hayden Sommer and then from Jake Bear, both from range. Brock Behrman answered with a low-to-low effort with about 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And that brings us to the 7-3 scoreline that we currently see. As I mentioned, winner of this one advances to take on Annapolis Hawks. That game is currently scheduled for 10:45. Once again, I want to thank you for joining us. I am Terry Foy. This is the inaugural IL Elite 8. We are live from 76ers Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware. Apologize for the technical difficulties during Hawks' first semifinal win over Sweetlax. A really exciting affair that came down to 1 goal late. Thank you for joining us on this stream. Quarter action. I am Terry Foy. We are live From 76ers Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware. This is the fourth quarter of the second semifinal of the inaugural Elite Eight. Team 91 Maryland Fire up 7-3 with 11 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. I want to give a shout out to our Inside Lacrosse staff, the events crew led by Meg Clothier, who's been holding down HQ, Tommy Lyons, who's been running around telling players to put their masks on, among other important tasks. Dan Kaplan, who is doing relief duty, manning the camera right now after we had some technical difficulties that prevented us from utilizing our elevated camera at midline. That camera is still recording and will be available, that film will be available via NextPro probably sometime tomorrow for all of you college coaches currently watching. In the meantime, we've got our field level camera that is about as far away from us as our cord will allow, shooting from the fire end of the field. We are playing with college rules, NILOA officials, and shot clocks. There's 20 seconds remaining in this 91 Maryland Fire possession. Smash, who's played a little bit of zone in the second half, going to take the opportunity to press out a little bit. That's Patrick Pisano dispossessing McCabe Millen, and then Millen, I believe, getting called for the hold subsequent to that. Smash will look to clear with 10:15 to play in the fourth quarter, trailing by 4. Stoller with possession, looking to clear for Fire. Malachi Jones in possession. Just gets it over the midline. Timeout, Fire. Their lone timeout of the game. 9:23 remaining in the fourth quarter. Up 7-3. Interesting time in the game from a strategic standpoint. Certainly a goal would be very meaningful for Fire here, but it's probably a little too early to start milking the clock, so you don't want to pass up a good shot. You're already at 54 on the shot clock. If you get a good look with 34 seconds, so 9 minutes to play in the quarter in the game, in my opinion, you got to take that look. For Smash, went from man-to-man to zone for stretches in the third quarter. It'll be interesting to see what they try to deploy coming out here. Short sticks are Gavin Lacasio and James Coretta. Jake Bear in possession at the top of the box. Shot clock down to 35. Millen going to work from the right wing. He gets Sommer streaking upfield. Pass for Bear a little low, but gathered. McMillan dispossessed at X. Kearns with the look-ahead pass. Coretta in possession at the top of the box. Leo Hoffman settles, matched up against Nathan Kraus. Hoffman looks to carry behind. Pick set by Spallina. Hoffman getting topside, runs through a check, and hammers a righty shot. 7-4 Maryland Fire, 7:51 to play in the fourth quarter. That is a very big goal. Breathing a little bit of life into this Smash team. Looks to be McMeekin out versus Aiden Smith to take the face-off for Smash. Fire have used 2 face-off specialists. Smash has used 3 already in this game. And this is a pivotal one. If Smash can get a goal here, down 2 with 6 minutes to play, they gotta believe they can make something happen. Behrman with the unbelievable ground ball and diving effort on the crease. We've got a conference officials. The goal is awarded. It's 7-5 Smash with 6:50 to play in the fourth quarter. And we are gonna see the same face-off matchup as we just saw. McMeekin for Smash, Smith for Fire. Cool and Sagater are the long poles. Smith gets the ball out, can't come up with the ground ball. Draws the push, and it'll be Fireball with 6 minutes to go, up 2. Matt McMillan moves the ball to Charles Balsamo, back to McMillan. Matched up against the long stick at the top of the box. Semifinal number 2, 5:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Team 91 Maryland Fire up 7-5 on Team 91 Long Island Smash. The winner advances to take on Annapolis Hawks at 10:45 in the finale of the inaugural IL Elite 8 at 76ers Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware. I am Terry Foy. Thank you so much for tuning in on Monday night. That McMillan attempt goes just wide, and it'll stay with Fire. 36 seconds on the shot clock. And Cade Millen gathers on the right wing. Smash sends a short stick out after him. Looks like they're playing zone, and Bryce Pang with an unbelievable save. I don't know who that was, streaking right-handed. Good transition defense there by Fire. Spallina looking to try to make something happen on the slow break. Karen right-handed to the middle of the field. Rolls back to his left. Finds Behrman sneaking. And once again, a diving effort by Behrman. 7-6, 4:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Behrman with the last 2 goals. I believe he's up to 4 on the afternoon, or on the evening. The last 2 diving. The second, or what in my memory is the second, a nice low-to-low effort. And then I believe he had Smash's first goal of the game on a sneaking effort. Behrman very much heating up, showing off incredible chemistry with Spallina. 7-6, 3:50 to go. the faceoff. Wins it forward. Don't know whether that was saved or drew pipe. 72 seconds left in the shot clock, 3:20 to play. This is a one-goal game. Spallina in possession, guarded by Malachi Jones at X. He moves it to Leo Hoffman, who's matched up against Nathan Kraus. We saw this action lead to a goal at the beginning of the fourth quarter with Spallina pick at X. Ball moves to Behrman, rolls back to his left, back to his right. Cross crease feed to Hoffman. Finishes high to high. 2:52 to go, 7-7. We've got a brand new ball game. With 9:20 to play, Coach Mark Millen called timeout, up 7-3. We talked about how important that possession was and what you would look for tactically. Since then, just a flurry of activity at the offensive end. Most recently, a goal from Hoffman off of an assist from Behrman. Behrman had the prior two goals. Really impressive showing. Coming into this game, I thought of Behrman as one of the premier feet set shooters. He's showcased some tremendous athleticism in his two goals. Looks like we're gonna have a smash man up on what I think is gonna get called an illegal body check. Marcus Oppenheim took one up high, slow to come to his feet, but looks to be in okay shape heading off the field. I was late to spot that flag. There's certainly a lot of traffic between here and the midline. But with 2 minutes to go, I believe Smash still has their timeout. Fire does not. 76 seconds on the shot clock, but I believe that will reset. (7-7), 2 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. Team 91 Long Island Smash on the extra man. The ball will start in the stick of Anthony Malika. Let's see what we get out of Carden Stoller here. Team 91 Maryland Fire goalie has been awesome throughout. He's over 10 saves. A lob to Spallina, cuts to the middle of the field. Doesn't get the look, really nice rotation. His shot goes just wide. And Spallina will take timeout with 1:40 to go in the fourth quarter, tied 7-7. Smash will come back with 40 seconds left on their extra man, tied 7-7. No timeouts left for either team. We do play sudden victory overtime. This, the second of two semifinals. The winner advances to take on Annapolis Hawks. That game's set for 10:45. Up next, we've got prime time. We'll be taking on Juice Cherries, who emerged 12-11 victors over 3D New England Red. That game was tied 11-11 with 40 seconds to go before Cherries got the game winner. We're back with 1:26 to go. 30 seconds left in. Smashes extra man, but they are not going to need it. That was Joey Spallina on a fake flip. I don't know who didn't bite on that. He then turned it into a really nice right-handed sidearm, stick side hip shot from range. Once again, the story in the last, I mean, this has been a game with an incredible shooting. It was absolutely pivotal in Fire building their lead. Smash has come roaring back. It was Brock Behrman in the middle of the fourth quarter. He had 2 diving goals and then 1 cross-crease assist to Leo Hoffman for a beautiful right-handed rip. And then Joey Spallina gives his team an 8-7 lead with 1:20 to go on an extra man fake flip. Aiden Smith, undeterred, wins the faceoff, moves it to Johnny Cool. Fire will settle with 1:07 to go, down 1. Colin Campbell, Hayden Sommer, and Cade Millen. Charles Balsamo coming out of the box. Moves it to Millen, steps in for a hitch. 45 seconds to go, Fire down 1. Sommer moves it to Campbell, up top to Bear. Bear to Balsamo. Over to Millen, throws a nice box fake, gets it back from Bear. Top right with the step down. Matt McMillan. We are tied at 8 with 21 seconds to play. What a shot. What a game. 21 seconds to decide whether we need more time to find out who Annapolis Hawks will play in the championship of the inaugural IL Elite 8.
Let's go, Fire! Let's go!
Matt McMillan with the right-handed step down to tie this at 8. Andrew McMeekin versus Aiden. Smith comes away with it. Balsamo inside, and Balsamo fakes high, goes low, finishes with 7 seconds to go. It is 9-8 Maryland Fire. What a sequence. Aiden Smith did not look like he got what he wanted on that faceoff, and then all of a sudden, the ball was out. Fire in possession. Quickly worked to Balsamo. McMeekin out once again versus Smith. Smash realigning their attack. Spallina set up on the crease. Behrman to the right. Anthony Malika to the left. McMeekin wins it out forward. Finds Spallina on the crease. And he finishes with 1 second to go. 9-9. Gotta give a tip of the cap to the Smash coaching staff who realigned their attackmen right before the faceoff was taken. And of course, McMeekin got the ball out quickly. Fire bringing on ambush. 1 second to go. This one's heading to overtime. And that was a formality. It is 9-9 heading to overtime. Unbelievable action. Charles Balsamo appeared to give his team the win with 7 seconds to play off of a really nice Aiden Smith faceoff win, only to have Andrew McMeekin win the ball forward and find Spallina open on the crease. He had time for a fake and finish and scored with 1 second to go. We got to catch our breath after that one. I want to give a shout out to everybody who's losing their mind in the comments. As well as whoever called out that, yeah, the prior game was 10-9 too. I don't think it needs to be said. I'm sure that everybody watching knows that men's lacrosse overtime is sudden death, but we are playing sudden death. No additional timeouts in overtime. Winner advances to play Annapolis Hawks at 10:45 in the championship of the inaugural IL Elite 8. Tie up at the X between Ty Ambush and Andrew McMeekin, but ultimately Johnny Cool comes away with the ball in his own zone. Fire will have to clear. Jake Bear drops back, guarded by Dylan Sagiter. Sagiter runs through a Joey Spallina check. Picked up by Sagiter at the midline. Looked to have a little bit of daylight, but moves the ball to Balsamo. We're playing 4-minute overtime periods, 3:30 to go in the first overtime, 50 seconds on the shot clock. McCabe Millen matched up against Sagiter at the top of the box. Moves it to Balsamo. Balsamo going to work on Kearns. McMillan in possession to Millen. Cutter inside. That was a save by Pang. Sommer with the restart. Guarded by Neeson. Moves it to Millen. McMillan, lefty step down, Pang, gathers, can't go with the rebound. Campbell crunched on the crease. Campbell is down. His helmet came off. He is moving, looking like he's going to be able to get to his feet. Flag thrown. Fire will go extra man.
Let's go, Colin, let's go!
Pang did a nice job coming away from that scrum with the ground ball. He's probably going to have to do a little bit more work. We got 2:47 to go here in overtime. Looking like Fire's going to go man up for a minute on an illegal body check. drama to spare here in the second semifinal of the Isle Elite Eight. An issue with James Coretta. He'll be serving the penalty. Gavin Lacasio in as the short stick on man down for smash. Millen from X. Skip pass, knocked down. Patrick Pisano can't clear. Balsamo comes away with the ground ball. Fire will resettle. Balsamo with the bounce pass to Millen. Millen steps in, Balsamo. Ooh. Payne got a piece of that one. It looks like he got a piece of him too. Balsamo's shot just missed the near side. Millen moves to Balsamo. Up to Bear fake, back to Balsamo. McMillan up top. Sommer can't handle. Taking pressure from Kearns. McMillan gathers. Moves it. Balsamo. Millen. Millen trying to draw. Sommer. We saw him score a beautiful goal from that position. He gets tangled up in Pisano's stick. Pass down to Balsamo, and that'll do it. Charles Balsamo, low-to-low lefty. Pretty sure he took that feed from Sommer, gave a hitch, and a really nice low-to-low finish that went just outside of Pang's grasp. 10-9 in overtime. T91 Maryland advances to take on Annapolis Hawks. Up next, we've got Primetime versus Juice Cherries, and we'll be back at 10:45 with the championship of the inaugural Isle Elite 8 from 76ers Fieldhouse. What a game. We're gonna have to bring on some folks to talk about that with me. But for now, we're gonna mute this mic, figure out what the situation is, and we'll be back when this game gets started.
Stay with me. I got 1,000 emails from Weber. What's up? You got stuck with the camera? This is what you get. This is what you get. like straight like little road here. So I mean, if you want to go on the list.
Hey fellas, heads up, this way, don't cross. Get out of my way! You specifically get out of the way.
Dude, I know.
Where? Over here?
You can go that way.
Nine-one Cherries, or 1-0 Cherries. Cherries. Am I laughing? And we're back. Quick start to this 5th versus 6th place game. Cherries out to the 1-0 lead. So Cherries coming into this one fresh off of their 1-goal win over 3D New England that ended 20 minutes ago. Primetime had a little bit more than an hour to recover, and it appears the Cherries picking up where they left off, and they're going to get another opportunity. Face-off specialist Ty Comiskey gets Andrew Greenspan to go early. Greenspan at 23 playing up. Pauly Fortino. Bo Lockwood with a quick restart, trying to feed the crease. Was looking for Ryan Stadelmeyer. That was a little too high. Primetime looking to get their first possession. Matthew Waterhouse guarded by Ryan Almizian. Ryan Thompson going to work. Moves it to Jack Riccardi at X. Almassian comes away with the ground ball. Jack Coughlin brings him down at midfield. It looks like the ball will stay with Cherries. I'm guessing that was a loose ball hold. Burns Brooks restarting for primetime. Was Charlie Johnson will have to do that again. Charlie Johnson, middle of the field. We got a flag down, and Primetime's going to get an opportunity on extra man with 7:15 to go in the first quarter of the 5th versus 6th place game. These two teams lost their opening round games. Primetime to Sweetlax, Juice Cherries to 91 Long Island Smash, and then won their second games. Primetime 6-5 over DC Express, Cherries 12-11 over 3 New England. Last game of the evening for both these teams. Big right-handed step down from number 6, Isaac Chorus. Don't know whether that was deflected or knocked down. But that's one thing to watch in this game. This Juice Cherries defense plays so hard. They contest everything. And they make you earn it. Matthew Kempton carrying the ball into the offensive end, moving on Bo Lockwood. Lockwood matched up against Johnson, gives a stutter step, gets a little bit of a step, loses his footing. Johnson got Lockwood up high around the neck, and that's what flag for. That looked to be Stadelmeyer, who came up with the loose ball in the middle of the scrum, but his shot went high. And it'll be an extra man opportunity for Cherries. Up 2-0, excuse me. 5:20 to play in the first quarter of this 5th, 6th place. We'll restart with Johnny Orant. Griffin Skane up top. To Kempton, back to Skane, back to Orant. Back to Stadelmeyer. Skane up top. Skane inside to Lockwood. His pass is knocked down. He's pushed into a primetime defender. Carson Billig comes away with the ground ball. 2-man game, gets it back to Kempton. His shot is wide right. Carson Billig settles, guarded by Burns Brooks. We're back to even. 4:10 to go in the first quarter. Cherries up 2-0. Billig gets a step, and what a nice left-handed shot on the run. Low and away. He beats Andrew Menard to make it 3-0 with 3:55 to go in the first quarter. Really fast start by Cherries. Primetime needs to see Greenspan settle in a little bit, get their offense an opportunity to get into a rhythm. They're potent. They'll be able to find some looks. But right now, it's all Cherries through the first 8.5 minutes of this game. Greenspan wins it forward, throws a fake. His shot looks to be kicked away. Adam Hall with the nice save there. Henry Rayner moves the ball onto Waterhouse. Back to Rayner. Rayner goes to work on the short stick. Moves it to Harry Griff. Back up top to Josiah DeGrassi, and he got through the middle of the defense and finished 5-hole on Adam Hall. That was a really good take off of a nice roll dodge. Greenspan again with the face-off win. A nifty behind the back. Looking for Ryan Thompson, but it can't connect. Cherries come up with the ground ball. Johnny Orant turns the ball over. Finn O'Callahan coming up with it, leading the fast break. Looked to find Charlie Howard, couldn't handle. Ball ended up in the stick of Thompson, and I think he finished that up high, left-handed. Really nice play by Primetime in the scramble situation. It is 3-2 with 1:25 to go in the first quarter. I mentioned Cherries coming off of a 1-goal win versus 3D New England. Primetime sat for an hour after their 1-goal win versus DC Express. Greenspan settling in at the face-off. I believe he's won 3 clamps in a row, and he manages to pick up his second-time ground ball, getting harassed by Skane. Ball loose in the middle of the field. I believe that was Jack Coughlin making the most of the unsettled situation, and we have a new ball game, 3-3 with 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. Ty Comiskey got off to a very hot start at the faceoff X for Cherries. Andrew Greenspan violated on the third faceoff. Cherries converted all 3. We're back to even, 3 apiece. Comiskey gets that one out to Billig. Carries into the offensive end. 4 seconds to go. You got to make something happen quick, and we've got, Bo Lockwood found a cutting Johnny Orant. Menard was up to the challenge. Matchsticks the whole way. I think the goal would have counted if it went, but he managed to turn him back, and it's 3-3 at the end of the first quarter. One injury note. Tucker Kellogg, the 2023 midfielder, definitely going to be one of the most highly ranked players in that class. Currently on the sideline in a sling. He was playing at the beginning of the event, so it's likely an injury sustained this evening. You might recognize Kellogg's name from this primetime team's run to the World Series of Youth Lacrosse Championship. Kellogg shot 102 miles an hour as a U13. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing him in this one. As the second quarter is about to get underway, I want to thank you for joining this live stream. I am Terry Foy, CEO of Inside Lacrosse. This is the Isle Elite 8, a first-time event that we are hosting at the 76ers Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware, as part of the run-up to September 1st, the date of first contact between Division I college coaches and prospective student athletes. The last 2 years, we had hosted an event that began at midnight called Midnight Mania. That was an individual event where 88 of the top players came first to the University of Delaware in 2018, and then last year here at 76ers Fieldhouse. That event was coached by college coaches. Due to the ongoing dead period because of COVID-19 and college coaches' unavailability to work this event, we pivoted the concept, invited our top 8 teams from the year-end 2019 IL Club ratings found on the Inside Lacrosse recruiting database, seeded them accordingly, and we are playing a championship format. Every team plays 3 games, so we are 2 fields going here. Number 1 played number 8, 2 played 7, and so on. In the opening round, the first 2 hours of the event. And then winners advanced to play each other, losers played each other, and so on and so forth. This is the 5th versus 6th place game in their opening round matchups. Primetime fell to Sweetlax, who then fell to Annapolis Hawks in the semifinals. Juice Cherries fell to 91 Long Island Smash in their opening round game and then beat 3-2 New England. Primetime beat DC Express in order to advance to this game. Bo Lockwood sneaking, gets his team back some momentum. Juice Cherries take a 4-3 lead with 10:30 to go in the second quarter. This game's been a game of runs as Cherries jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Primetime answered with 3 goals of their own. Andrew Greenspan went early on the last face-off, giving Cherries possession, which they converted. And now we're back with Ty Comiskey taking on Andrew Greenspan. And now it's Cherries that violate. Primetime will have an opportunity to respond. 9:50 to go in the second quarter. Ryan Thompson, Braden Velasquez, Henry Rayner, the midfield for Primetime. Rayner moves it to Griff, back to Rayner, dodging on Billig. He tries to go top side. His right-handed attempt goes wide, and we will restart with Harry Griff. Guarded by Ryan Linclip, one of Ty's 3 players to watch in today's event preview on Inside Lacrosse. Nico DePonio narrowly misses the backup. Ball restarts with Charlie Howard, who gets a step, finishes a rolling effort going upfield, and ties this one at 4 with 8:52 to go in the second quarter. A game of runs answered by a goal apiece. Greenspan wins the clamp, and we got a hold on Comiskey. 8:10 to go in the second quarter. Josiah DeGrasse in possession, guarded by Paulie Fortino. Comes back to his right, gets a step. Adam Hall up to the effort, stops him down low, and he looks to clear. Fortino gets over the midline. Puts a move on Isaac Corris, but his shot goes wide. Lockwood there to back it up. Lockwood being guarded by Charlie Johnson. Lockwood going to his right. Moves it along to Skane. Fortino setting up top. Goes right. Wide once again. Stottlemyre will restart on the end line. Guarded by Jake Sommer. Moves it. Orant had an opportunity there on the crease, but his effort goes wide. 32 seconds left on the shot clock. We are going to get a reset on a push. Loose ball up top. That play on is expired. A tie-up. Primetime comes away with the loose ball, and they've got numbers. And what a save by Adam Hall. Ben Calabrese put everything into that one. And Hall, with the perfect windshield wiper, came across offside high and just plucked it right out of the far corner. Long clearing pass. And we've got a flag down Cherries will go man up as Orant's effort goes just wide. .505 to play in the second quarter, 4-4. Juice Cherries on the extra man. Looks to be struggling for ideas here. Stadelmeyer steps into a right-handed wing shot. Lockwood will restart. Looked for a cutter to the middle. Stadelmeyer, but nothing there. Primetime looks to clear. Sommer carries over the midline, finds some resistance, and throws it out of bounds. Cross Dobbs will restart for Juice Cherries. He carries up the box side, moves the ball on to Skane. Skane to Billig. Billig guarded by DeGrasse. Back to Matthew Kempton. Kempton pushes through X to Lockwood. Lockwood goes to work on Johnson. Rolls back to his right. Moves it up top to Orant. To Billig. Billig goes down the lefty alley, catches the far pipe. Menard gathers, sparks transition, and then Hall with the kick save to deny Waterhouse right in front of us. That was an excellent save. His second good save of the game so far. And then end-to-end action, Skane just a little wide. Juice Cherry's shooting touch has really faded in the last quarter or so. Putting a lot of these shots that are supposed to be low and away are just going a foot or so wide of the pipe. Lockwood restarts. Stadelmeyer can't handle. Then he does, tries to feed the crease. It's going to stay here with a push. .210 to go second quarter. Fifth versus sixth place game. Juice Cherries versus Primetime. It's 4-4 here from 76ers Fieldhouse. I'm Terry Foy. Griffin Skane goes to work on Matthew Waterhouse. Throws back to Kempton. His shot is high. 64 seconds on the shot clock. Restart with Orant. Brooks gets the ball on the ground. Probably going to stay here on a push. Waved off. Kempton will settle. He works it up top. Skane loses his footing, comes back up, sticking his left hand. Don't know if that was deflected or made it all the way to the net. We got a loose ball situation. Primetime comes up with it. And DeGrasse is in transition. Moves it to Waterhouse. Gets it back. He finds DeGrasse. And once again, Hall, excellent in transition, down low. Charlie Howard tried to get something going there. Ultimately lost his footing and put an effort in the direction of Hall, who easily gathered and then threw a 40-yard clearing pass to Luke Grove. Fortino dodging down the right alley, moves it to Lockwood through X. Lockwood goes to work on Johnson. Comes upfield righty. Got an end line ground ball. And it's out off of White. Ryan Stadelmeyer will keep it, moves it to Lockwood. Lockwood's low attempt goes wide. And I'll say it again. The quality of Cherries' looks outpaced the scoreline. They have had a lot of good looks that have gone just wide, and that'll do it for the first half. It is 4-4. A quick one. Juice Cherries got off to the hot start, built a 3-goal lead. Primetime answered with 3 of their own in order to end the first quarter tied 3-3. Each team got a goal in the second, and when we come back in the third quarter, we'll have Luke Schlank in net for Primetime and Max Kunith in net for Juice Cherries. Welcome back to 76ers Fieldhouse. It's the start of the third quarter between Juice Cherries and Primetime in the 5th versus 6th place game at the inaugural IL Elite 8. Juice Cherries in blue with the red helmets, Primetime in white with the navy helmets. Want to make sure to shout out Dan Kaplan, who's doing the relief work, relief duty. We called him out of the bullpen, your camera operator. Going to condemn the will remain unnamed lacrosse players who broke our cable that connected us to the elevated midfield camera, but Dan's given us some good sideline angle shots, including Charlie Johnson taking the ball away from Bo Lockwood, who loses his footing. Primetime getting his first opportunity to clear and play offense in the second half. Cherries jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Primetime came back and tied it at 3. Cherries answered to go up 4-3. Primetime tied it at 4, and that's where we sit. Relatively slow end of the second quarter that included a number of good looks for Cherries that went just wide. New goalies in net. Max Kunneth for Cherries. Luke Schlenk for Primetime. Griffin Skane guarding Charlie Howard. Howard, the attackman, goes to work on the short stick and draws the flag. Primetime holds onto the ball, works it to a backside look that gets deflected. Grant Masterson on that shot. Ball goes out of bounds and we will get our penalty. Primetime on the extra man. Gets a good look for Isaac Corus, but Cherries are there on the backup. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. They're going to have an opportunity for a man down clear and to kill this penalty. Luke Grove legs it over the midline. Moves the ball to Lockwood. Lockwood guarded by Johnson. One of the top-ranked players in the class of 22, but looks to be favoring a leg issue at the moment. Billig in possession, guarded by Corus. Double team comes. Fortino goes to work, runs through a Jake Sommer check. Johnny Orant taking some slaps from Tim Isola. Cherries still man down. Stottlemyre runs into a double. And now Primetime will find someone in the box. $7:15 to go, 7:10 to go in the third quarter. Cherries back at full strength. Primetime man down. Kempton briefly loses the handle up top. Gets it back. Lockwood sneaking up top right. Tries the skip. Billig. His shot goes near side and Primetime on the backup. Luke Schlenk with the run out. We'll restart with the ball in Jack Coughlin's stick. He moves the ball to Jake Bulkley, who gets it into Jack Ricciardi's stick. Ben Calabrese. Aaron pass goes over the midline. Lockwood handles, moves it on to Orant. He's got numbers. He's going to take it himself. And what a save. Schlenk keeps his stick up high, and Orant puts it right into him. Kempton challenging DeGrasse at the midline. The Primetime clears. They'll settle. penalty appears to be released, and we're all even. Jack Coughlin testing Zach Dixon. Runs through X, takes a pick. We have strong contact with Cross Dobbs, and that draws a flag. Chorus gathers the ball up top. They'll settle. 5:20 to go in the third quarter, tied 4-4. I don't know offhand, but I'm going to guess that we are looking at more than 12 minutes scoreless after an incredible flurry to open. And I think that's a good time to bring in Patrick McEwen, a.k.a. Lax Film Room, the data specialist at Inside Lacrosse, a Northeast Ohio native. Somebody
Northwest
Ohio, excuse me.
Talking about yourself there.
Yes, I am, and someone who well familiar with the Detroit metropolitan area, where the Juice Cherries hail from. Patrick, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well.
So thanks for joining us. What has been your impression so far? We are in the fifth of 6 game slots, and you've been posted up on Field 1, which means that you saw Juice Cherries fall to smash in a spirited opening round affair. But this is your first look at primetime.
Yeah, this has been my first look at primetime. I guess I'm still kind of formulating my thoughts on them. I don't really have any good insights to offer. But no, I feel like that first game with Juice Cherries against Team 91, I felt I gotta pull out his name, but number 11 for Juice Cherries, I felt like he did.
Brian Linklip.
Yes, he did a great job on Joey Spallina. So good that Spallina was looking to feed. And then he just you're doing a great job, and then all of a sudden Joey Spallina throws it behind the back pass, and you turn around and the ball's in the back of the net, and it's like, what just happened? I was bodied up on him and pushing him back, and he's only 2 yards above GLE. And then all of a sudden, and I felt bad the number of times he turned around to find the ball in the back of the net.
So we have a primetime goal, making it 5-4 with 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Patrick, we just saw an incredibly exciting affair as Team 91 Maryland emerged 10-9 overtime victors versus that smash squad that you were just talking about. But we saw a goal with 7 seconds to go in regulation from Charles Balsamo off of a face-off win, and then Joey Spallina with 1 second to go to tie it, to send it to overtime, and then Balsamo with the game winner. What were your reactions to that one?
My reaction was, after watching a sequence like this, how can anyone want to get rid of the face-off? Because we go with 17 seconds left, and then I think just the situation that you are put in, where it's 2 guys battling for the ball, trying to make a play either to ice the game for their team or to come back and tie to put their come back and tie the game, put your team ahead. Those late game situations, the pivotal nature of the face-off and the excitement that it creates, I feel like is really it's unmatched in either sport.
Totally. And in addition to that, we are also seeing a lot of face-off guys still getting used to the standing neutral grip position, which was instituted by the NCAA Rules Committee this summer. What's been your reaction to the way in which the officials have adjudicated it? What has been your reaction to the way in which it's changed some aspects of the face-off? And do you think it's brought about the desired result to make it more of a 50-50 contest? And
that's so I am still, whenever I talk to people about the face-off, I feel like there's so many different things that people want. And so the idea, I guess, are we for sure that the reason that they changed the rule was to make it more 50-50?
No, we are not really for sure of anything. And I will say that to the extent that we do know something, I think it's the idea was that the neutral grip position was going to see the ball get out faster, and I would say generally that's true, but that doesn't mean that there are 0 lockups. We have seen
there were certainly and I think that maybe in general is true, but I feel like one of the things I forget which economist, but there's like a 1920s is the curious task of economics is to teach men about the limitations what they imagine they can design. And I feel like the face-off is in some ways is face-off rules. What it really does is just teaches people who make rules about how little they know about what they're going to influence things of, like, you think that you're doing one thing and then it turns out like 3 years later, did we really accomplish that? Maybe not.
Right.
Like when they changed the rules to get rid of cheating, it was supposed to make it more skill, and thus, like, everyone's like, oh, yeah, they'll bring more 50-50. It turns out we have got more guys going 70% than ever before.
Right.
And I feel like that's actually one of the interesting things is the more that you limit the number of, like, different styles and moves that you can do, I feel like you're going to get rid of more counter possibilities. Whereas, like, standing neutral grip used to be a potential counter to the, like, knee-down moto grip. Now, if everybody always has to go standing neutral grip, the guy who is best at dueling standing neutral grip has a huge advantage because now your ability to adjust off of that is so limited.
Ben Calabrese puts Primetime up 6-4 with 17 seconds to go in the third quarter. We got to go back and shout out Luke Schlenk for that unbelievable save down here with about 1:20 to go in the quarter on that back-to-back or behind-the-back shot. But that'll do it for the third quarter of action. Primetime taking a 6-4 lead into the final frame of this 5th versus 6th place game at the inaugural IL Elite 8. We are from 76ers Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware. I am Terry Foy, joined by Patrick McEwen, data specialist for Inside Lacrosse. We're talking about the face-offs. We're talking about seeing
before we go to the fourth quarter, I just want to say I feel like this is ultimate gut check time. That the first games of this tournament were more intense than I think the first game of any club tournament that I've ever watched.
I would agree with that.
And now we're talking going into your 12th quarter of lacrosse of the day.
In a 3.5 hour span.
In a 3.5 hour span.
Well, I guess it's closer to
however, it's not that many hours.
Yes.
And it's a lot of lacrosse. And this is of really intense lacrosse.
Yes.
And I feel like, you got to come, if you're just Cherries, you got to come. You got to come back.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's a really good point. The intensity of the format is such that you lose your opportunity to win a championship, regardless of whether it's your first game, your second game, or obviously your third game. And so the nature of you got to get off the bus and get ready to go is very apparent. And that's to your point now. 3 hours ago.
And so, I think we'll learn a little bit about some heart here of how much after this much lacrosse is the difference between 5th and 6th place worth to you.
So Patrick, you pointed out the Cherries is going to have to gut check a little bit here. We apologize for the error on the scoreboard. We will reverse that momentarily. But Primetime up 6-4 heading into the fourth quarter, and Andrew Greenspan comes away with the ground ball. Cherries' intensity in the ride persists, however. Grant Masterson comes up with the ground ball, moves it along to Harry Griff, who settles, taking some harassment from Nico DePonio. DePonio is a player who I saw at the NLF event at the Kirkwood Sports Complex at the end of July, who I just immediately gravitated toward. He plays with a tremendous chip on his shoulder.
I feel like Juice Cherry, I feel like is a program that I love. I feel like playing with a chip on your shoulder is true of so many of their pulls.
Yes.
I feel like it's like, ooh. They're all guys who battle on ground balls, who are able to press out, who throw checks, who are physical.
Luke Grove took that off the helmet. Juice Cherries appeared to come away with it for a second, but Charlie Johnson gathers. Apparently Juice Cherries never gained possession of the ball, and so the shot clock never reset. And so that gives the ball back to Cherries.
But if you do want to go back to the face-off, I guess I feel like with any sort of rule change, I think it's really tough to evaluate, to predict what's going to happen in year 2. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see guys come out in year 1, and we're going to see maybe what guys are doing that's successful, and then you have to give. Once we see what ends up being successful, you got to give everybody a year in the off season, go back in the lab and figure out what is then the counter, like what move there might be a counter to it, but you maybe need an off season to really add it to your arsenal to come see what develops. And so I think it's really hard to kind of to necessarily anticipate how things are going to play out. You have to. I feel like you need to give guys a chance to put things on film, and then give guys an off season to go look at that on film, and go back to the lab and figure out what they're going to do. And I think that sort of happened with the previous big face-off changes. Is really we saw like a transition period in year one, and then kind of year two we really saw much more of like the long-term effects take place of the rule change. And I would imagine that similar things going to happen with these face-off rule changes.
9 minutes to go, 8:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Primetime up 6-4, and they are up a man. Griff tries to sneak topside from back left, pulls his shot too narrow. Howard will restart. Moves the ball onto Ricciardi. Up top to Waterhouse. Up to Chorus, back to Ricciardi. He finds Howard, looks to Chorus, takes it back. His shot is a little pulled near side. We'll restart with Ricciardi. To Chorus, back to Ricciardi. Griff, and he hammers the far side pipe. Righty high to low. Just found the gap. Primetime up 7-4, 7:20 to go in the fourth quarter. So Patrick, you've got an opportunity to see the Annapolis Hawks versus Team 91 Maryland a handful of times. Not that matchup, but you've seen both teams a couple times. What are your thoughts on what to expect in this championship game?
I think it's the thing that I have been most kind of following is I think the Annapolis Hawks kind of mixing up who they're running out of the box versus who they're playing at attack. Specifically, Dom Petramala has been doing both, and I think that creates some interesting dilemmas for a defense running him out of the box like that. You're probably going to put a long pull on him, but then it switches you to some other guys onto short sticks that you really don't want to see on short sticks either. And so it's interesting to see what Team 91 Maryland's going to do with that.
No doubt. We saw Malachi Jones match up against Joey Spallina in that prior semifinal and did a pretty nice job, particularly utilizing his physicality. Hawks don't necessarily have a physical presence like that's a creator. Which I actually think is bad. I think if you're going to beat Malachi Jones, I think the bull dodge, I actually was more worried about that Joey Spallina matchup, as I think of him as a fast guy. That I think he deals better with guys who are trying, like, just quickness and athleticism, rather than I think if you're going to go at him, I like Joey Spallina as a matchup of lowering your shoulder into him, and so I think whoever they put him on Annapolis Hawks is going to be a good, is a potentially better matchup for him. And one of the things that you pointed out from that Annapolis Hawks DC Express game was the quality of transition defense that Hawks were putting in. They limited DC Express to one goal in the first three quarters or so and really took away transition looks. What are your expectations in terms of the other end of the field, where we've seen Matt McMillan has been excellent. Charles Balsamo obviously was really dramatic. Still interested in seeing what McCabe Millen's got in store for us down the stretch of this one. What are your thoughts on 91 Maryland's ability to put some goals in? That
semifinal game was not like, I feel like McCabe Millen is a guy who absolutely is just like 5-3 at any moment, like at any game could possibly happen, and we didn't see.
So you're saying he's due?
I feel like I didn't watch their first game.
Right.
And so he might have had like, you know, it wouldn't, if you told me he went like 6-4, I'd be like, oh, like,
Right.
you know, there's a 50-50 chance that, maybe not 50-50, but there's a
realistic
chance.
chance.
A realistic chance that he's due to pop off in any game like that. So it's certainly possible. I do like that group of Annapolis Hawks Pulse. I think I got a couple guys who could potentially do a good job against him.
Do you have a prediction? Do we have a computer prediction? Because you pointed out that the 4 semifinalists were the 4 top-rated teams in our club ratings. I guess we should take the opportunity with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter of this 2-0 game to point out that the club ratings, you're familiar with the scoring system, 0 to 99.9 from the old Lax Power High School ratings, but they really represent, the margin represents what a goal margin could be. So we kind of have a built-in spread, so to speak, not accounting for just the last 2 games.
Yeah, so that would say Annapolis Hawks by 1.85 goals. So we can probably round up and say Annapolis. And I feel like, so rather than making predictions, I feel like that's my preferred method of discussion. Is what should the spread be?
Yes.
And I feel like that's about. I feel like Annapolis Hawks maybe minus 1.5. If you want to give odds, if you're a sports book and you want to avoid the push, you'll go Annapolis Hawks minus 1.5 rather than minus 2, and just tweak the odds a little bit. But yeah, I feel like that's
Isaac Chorus in transition after an absolutely exceptional stop by Max Cunneth. Turnover in transition for Juice Cherries, and I think that might ice it as primetime goes up 8-5 with 2:42 to play. Andrew Greenspan has been doing an exceptional job. The penalty on Juice Cherries is released.
I think the big thing is that pushes it out of, if I remember our rules correctly, that you only got to be within 2 goals. Within 2 goals. And so that's a very critical third goal as we approach the 2-minute mark, as it keeps the clock running and makes, realistically, you know, in order to preserve the game clock, the Juice Cherries need to get one quick here. I mean, obviously, with 2 minutes left for 3 goals down by 3, you want one quick anyways, but getting that first goal quickly and you know, not winning the face-off
it's worth a lot of time.
It's worth a lot of time, because now actually this is one where if Primetime was smart, you go exploit the PLL rules, similarly to what PLL teams started doing, and shoot the ball out of bounds to stop the shot clock but keep the game clock running.
Right.
And you can milk then, you know, maybe 90 or 100 seconds off of the game clock during the 80-second shot clock.
Ryan Linklip comes up with the ground ball, throws ahead to Paulie Fortino. In transition, once again, pulls it wide. Bo Lockwood will restart with 1:23 to go. Juice Cherries trailing 8-5. Scored the first 3 goals of the game, which means that Primetime's on an 8-2 run. And the Primetime defense has been very stout as Lockwood dispossesses Charlie Johnson, and we have a ground ball scrum. Ultimately, it's Burns Brooks who comes up with the ground ball. Passes it to Schlenk. And we have failure to advance.
They reset our shot clock operators too quick, and by the time I looked over, I'm
gonna go that was a failure to advance. So 39 seconds here. Juice Cherries trails by 3. Connor Borkowitz finds Lockwood down low, and then Schlenk comes up with the ground ball. Chorus dispossessed at the midline by Skane. Draws a push. Skane comes up with it, but can't handle. 12 seconds to go. Desperation time for Cherries. Skane runs through a handful of defenders, can't get one off, and that'll do it. For the 5th, 6th place game, Primetime comes to the Elite 8. Falls in their opening round matchup to Primetime, and then puts in a 1-goal effort versus DC Express and tops Juice Cherries 8-5 to finish 5th. coming up next, we've got the number 1 seed Annapolis Hawks taking on Team 91 Maryland Fire. Both teams coming off of 1-goal semifinal victories. Hawks have been sitting for 2 hours. Fire have been sitting for 1. Patrick, thanks for joining us on the broadcast, my friend. I'll let you focus on this one. I am kicking you out.
Okay.
We'll let you go back and focus on some player evaluations. But before we do, I want to shout out Instagram, because you should go to our Instagram story right now and vote on who you think is going to win, because Matt Kane probably posted that graphic. Not Matt Kane, Matt Kinnear posted that graphic. So if you were listening to this conversation and you know that the Smart Money has Hawks by 1.85 goals, then certainly if you're picking them straight up, that's the logical choice.
Yeah, I would say so.
Patrick, thank you for
It's always
joining us.
fun to pick.
It's always fun to pick the underdog.
When you don't stand to lose anything,
Yes.
it sometimes is fun to pick the upset and then tell people that I called it.
Muted. All right, cool. Thank you. Nice job. What's up?
Are these helpful at all?
What are they? The
They're-
stats
it's
for the first.
stats for the first few games.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then so game 1, game 2 total.
Okay, cool. Thank you. You're the man.
Should include everybody else. Please forget my handwriting.
I don't.
He's gonna down
He-
and he's gonna work it.
Yeah. What does he have? Oh wait, I'm not looking at the right team.
He had 13 in the last game.
Yeah. Wow. This is awesome. Thank you, dude.
Yeah, I mean just as a baseline, Dream Machine doesn't have as much like in terms of totally and then like
Yeah.
stuff as I wish, but I mean it's better than
Cool.
better than nothing.
Cool. Yo.
Wasn't as entertaining as the other one.
No, not quite. What do you? First of all, how's everything going?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you? You don't have to. Would you like to sit at some point during this game?
I would not like it,
Perfect.
if that's okay.
I wanted to make sure you had the opportunity if you wanted it. All right, I'm gonna go get Ty, because he should.
I feel like I'm just like out of practice talking because
Because of
my,
COVID.
My like, don't say that. I'm
Yes.
forced from just talking to the guys all the time.
Yes, that works.
claro, es tu cable, yo te lo di para atrás. Yo no tengo cable aquí. Porque se ve dura.
Sí, está rota, bro. ¿Y él la conectó con el mismo cable? Sí. ¿Y tú mismo sacaste el mismo cable?
So the issue is that you think that the input for the camera,
What do you
for the
mean?
mic,
Yeah, I can't really figure it out.
Yeah.
Because it's sending like it should send, but it's not.
got it. I mean, this has been fine. But the people,
That's the same,
I
that's the
should've-
same quality as the mic.
right?
Yeah, because we have an audio console, and usually I don't have to use it, and that's why I left that camera just with the mic on.
Right, right.
And I was already listening to some signal, but I didn't realize it was from the mics,
Got it.
not
Okay.
from the XLR.
All right.
And it's always
So now that
like
it's been closer, it's just better than it was when it was over there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Makes sense. Cool.
And you know, for these types of things, now I know that I need to use my audio consoles. I have 3 different audio consoles for this. But on the last 2 games that we've done, there wasn't any commentator.
Right.
So to be honest, I wasn't
No, all good.
prepared for that.
All good.
Yeah.
You guys have done a really nice job adjusting and like figuring things out, making it work, all that
Thanks,
sort
man.
of
I
stuff. So.
appreciate that. I'm really sorry that.
No, man. I mean, problem solving is like a huge part of the job, right? Like,
Right,
you
yeah.
know, it's like 50% preparation, 50% problem solving,
Yeah.
because like it's never going to be perfect. So.
And it's so funny because I'll tell you a story in a few.
All right.
I had told Rod like 5 minutes before that SDI cables are almost unbreakable.
Oh, really?
And like 5 minutes later, they got broken. Okay, unmuted. In 3.
Hold on.
You want me to connect you with that girl for the photos? Oh, that's nice.
Welcome to the championship game of the inaugural IL Elite 8. I am Terry Foy. We are here at 76ers Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware to watch Annapolis Hawks, the #1 seed in this event, take on Team 91 Maryland Fire. Both teams advanced to the championship game via 1-goal victories. Hawks emerging victorious over Sweetlax. 91 Maryland Fire with a dramatic overtime win over Team 91 Long Island Smash that featured 3 goals in the last 30 seconds, as well as an overtime game winner. Charles Balsamo had the game-tying goal for Fire that was matched by a Joey Spallina goal with 1 second left to tie the game at 9 to send it to overtime, and then Balsamo won it with a lefty rip.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Some standouts to watch in this one. Hayden Sommer, number 10 for Team 91 Maryland Fire, has 3 goals and 3 assists in his first 2 games, as does McCabe Millen. Matt McMillan has 2 goals and 2 assists. Colin Campbell, the leading scorer for Fire, 3 goals and 5 assists. 4 points in each of the first 2 games. Campbell, wearing number 6, took a big hit in that first one. Fire goalie Carden Stoller had 5 saves in their opening win versus 3D New England, and then 13 saves in that win over Smash, allowing just 9. Here we have Dom Petramala leading the break in transition. Malachi Jones knocking down the ball. Stoller gathering the loose ball, throws ahead to Johnny Cool. The Hawks emerged. The Hawks' path to the championship game included, I believe, a 7-3 win over DC Express in their first matchup, and then a 10-9 win over Sweetlax National, in which they withstood a late comeback effort in their second. Race Ripley has 5 points, 4 goals, and an assist. Paul Garza has 5 goals. He had 5 goals in that semifinal win over Sweetlax. Petramala has 2 goals and 3 assists. So we have 3 Hawks with 5 points leading the offense. Ripley settles. Plays catch with Gavin Kelly. He's got 2 goals, a goal apiece in each of the first 2 games. Moves it up top to Garza. And Hawks get on the board first. Up 1-0 with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Blake Boyd out to take the face-off for Hawks, taking on Aiden Smith from Team 91 Maryland Fire. Boyd wins it back between his legs. Vinny Trujillo draws the push. He'll take the ball and start to clear. Clear through goalie Caleb Fayak. One of a handful of 23s. Another one of the best 2023s playing in this event. At the opposite end of at the same end of the field, keep an eye on number 9, McCabe Millen. Also a 2023. Gavin Kelly moves it to Thomas Strong III. Back to Strong. Strong draws 2, throws back. Luke Williams attempts the behind the back pass, and that goes out of bounds. Stoller will start the Fire clear. Malachi Jones in possession. Crossfield pass. Tipped by a Hawk, and it'll stay black ball. Matt McMillan picks it up right in front of the substitution box. He moves the ball to Cool in the middle of the field. Cool carries into Balsamo. Balsamo being guarded by Riley Figueres. McMillan up top. Looked after by George Acton. McMillan down the right alley. Acton pestering him. Throws through to X. Backside, Colin Campbell. Don't know whether Fire got a piece of that or not, but ultimately, Acton came away with the ground ball. Hawks move it ahead. Ripley in possession as they sub. Trujillo really wanted the look in the middle of the field there. What a take. Tate Jones right through the middle of the Fire defense. Brought the stick across his face, brought it back. And just textbook high to low right-handed shot. Puts the Hawks up 2-0 with 4:30 to go in the first quarter of this inaugural IL Elite 8 championship game. Fire looking to get on the board with under 4 to go in the first quarter. Jake Bear in possession. They've got Boyd on playing defense. Millen goes to work on the right wing. Draws 2, rolls back. Defense covers.
Check if you get it. You done with that bottle right there?
Petramala to Jones. To Garza. Garza through the teeth of the defense, but Stoller is good for the save. Rebound goes to Petramala. He takes lefty. Stoller feeling that one a little bit. Trying to shake out the pain in his left leg. Jones goes to work on the short stick. Switched over to McMillan. Jones rolls back to his left. His shot goes wide. Gavin Kelly will restart. Guarded by John Young. Jones brings him a shorty. Jones comes in support. Ball moved up to Petramala once again. Shot goes wide. Under 2 to play. 44 seconds left on the shot clock. Tate Jones with a really nice swim move. Cross crease pass. Ryan Schreier open on the doorstep, took a big hit. Ball stays in bounds. Garza restarts. Estidge brings it to his left, can't get back topside. Carries through, still left, comes back to his right. Pass up top to Petramala. To Ripley, rolls to his right. Garza will restart. Go to work on Jimmy Core. Jones comes quick. Garza moves it through X. Ripley on the backside. Oh, takes the contact. McMillan a little bit late there. And Ripley with the lefty finds a little bit of daylight. Puts the Hawks up 3-0. 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Fire making a change, bringing Jordan Beck back on. Aiden Smith wins the clap. Nathan Krause comes up with a ground ball. Charles Balsamo goes to work. Draws the double from Acton. Balsamo being guarded by Figueres. Moves it to Sommer, who gets a shot off to beat the clock, but it's not enough to beat Fayak as the Hawks will take a 3-0 lead into the second quarter. We are playing 12-minute running time quarters here at the IL Elite 8. 1 timeout per game per team. The clock stops under 2 minutes in the game if the score is within 2 goals. Tie games go to a 4-minute overtime period. Sudden death. We are playing NCAA rules, which include the shot clock, 80-second shot clock, 20 to clear, as well as the dive. We've seen a couple of nice dive goals. I'd be remiss not to shout out Brock Berman, who had 2 is part of Smash's comeback that ultimately fell short against Fire in the semifinals. We're also utilizing the newly instituted standing neutral grip face-off rules, as well as college officials. Officials are members of NILOA, and they are currently being evaluated. Three-man crew. Done a really nice job so far. if you're watching, want to stay involved in the game, don't know that you can make the time commitment to show up to a practice every day to coach, consider becoming an official. One of the stories of the first quarter was Boyd was really able to hold his own against Smith. Going against Mac Eldridge in their opening game, DC Express had a tremendous face-off advantage, but wasn't able to convert that into meaningful offensive output as Hawks were able to just kind of little by little incrementally pull away. Dom Petramala with a lefty sweep puts it far side. Stoller is up to the task. I'm going to guess he's got about 4 saves. Another good start for Stoller. Jones carries into the offensive end. His pass overshoots Connor Zombro. Ball goes out of bounds. Hawks have to clear. 11 minutes to go, up 3-0. Figueres throws ahead to Ripley. Petramala goes and gets it. Covered by Nathan Krause. Petramala finds Garza near side. Garza with a beautiful toe drag. Brings it back. Finishes up high. Not much Stoller could do with that one. Hawks now up 4-0. 10:20 to go in the second quarter. Smith gets the ball out fast forward, but once again, that was Blake Malamphy. Just a really nice job by these Hawks faceoff guys. Once the ball is into 50-50 situations, running them down. Luke Williams gathers at the top of the box, moves it on to Strong. Strong takes a pick from Nicky Souza, draws a double, passes through. Souza cutting behind, can't handle the feed. Really nice ground ball play. Not certain if that's a blood jersey, but we don't have a 66 on our 91 Maryland Fire roster, so I'm going to try to find out who that was. McMillan settles. Fire looking for some offense, brings Balsamo and Bear in. We've got that's it. Sommer with the restart. Guarded by Figueres. Sommer showed so much speed in the last game. I'd like to see him get cleared out for and just see what he can do straight line. Millen from X showcases that nice left to right split. Draws a switch. Guarded by Billy Dwan. Moves it over to Bear. Shot gets deflected, hits Fayak, but Alex Ross comes up with the ground ball, throws ahead. 7:20 to play. Fire with the ball. Down 4-0. Millen in possession. Getting guarded by Alex Ross. Up top to McMillan. Gets a step on Souza, draws a slide, gets underneath, and gets Team 91 Maryland on the board. It is 4-1, 6:50 to go in the second quarter. And we are pleased to be joined by IL's Director of Recruiting in High School, Ty Zanders. Ty, it is a big day. A big, big day. It's August 31st. It is the inaugural IL Elite 8, and you dropped your top 10 players in the class of 2020 this morning. How are you feeling right now?
Tired, very excited about what's about to happen. I think just in general, I couldn't be more pleased with this event overall. I feel like we've been able to offer a pretty great experience, and it's been unique in a lot of ways. And hope to keep this going, man. But just fired up to have two great teams in front of us.
Totally. And this was. We have seen a number of runs so far today, so the fact that Hawks have built a 3-goal cushion with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter is not to be taken for granted. But before we dive into this game that we're seeing in front of us right now, just in terms of the concept of the event, basically, the last 2 years we've hosted Midnight Mania. It's an individual event with 88 of the top players in the rising junior class. It starts at midnight, and we get 12 college coaches to come coach it. Given the ongoing dead period by virtue of COVID-19 pandemic and the subsequent shutdown, that was not a possibility. And so the decision that we made was, are we going to instead host a team event? And talking with a number of club directors, given school opening, given the later starts to fall sports, and given the fact that guys just like the idea of maybe being together at this moment in time, the day before, the night before they start getting some contact, hopefully from Division I coaches, things kind of came together really quickly over the course of the last three to 4 weeks, kind of when we took this from conception to fruition.
Yeah, no, it's also one of those things where, it kind of came together nicely. I mean, we were almost worried about, and felt like we had to adapt to get the event off, thinking about it a year ago because of this night falling on a Monday and Tuesday.
Right.
So it's funny how it works out when I guess you never could have predicted a pandemic, of course, and then couldn't predict that we'd have it this long. But it worked out really nicely with not having school and being online. I think that, again, just couldn't be more pleased.
And by the same token, we wouldn't have wanted to lose the camera feed for about 3/4 of the first semifinal game. That being said, it's a really good indicator of how many people are watching this, because you told me that you got over 20 complaints about the camera angle.
I was very close to throwing my phone, I think anybody listening right now, you know who you are. I appreciate the text. I only received 1 million texts about the rosters and the live stream, and a few said, well, I'm sure I'm just the first person to text you this. Yep.
But it suggests that
there's interest.
There's
man.
interest. There's demand. There's desire, and there's actual not evaluations, but enjoyment being taken from these college coaches. As they're trying to stay up till midnight in order to send some texts or make some phone calls.
Exactly. I think in the weirdest way, it's also one of those things that while we expect to have ongoing fall lacrosse these next few months, it's still a culmination of sorts. So, it feels like we're kind of going to stop here, but it's just the beginning for all these guys.
No doubt. And Ryan Schreier, we mentioned we're playing with college rules, showcasing and utilizing the dive rule, coming right-handed from behind GLE to finish topside to give the Hawks a 5-1 lead with 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Ty, one of the things about this is playing with college rules, standing neutral grip. What's been your reaction to the face-off game so far?
Yeah, no, I think that it's obviously a great time to go against, the top 8 clubs and have, 7 other great face-off guys to go against. I've been pretty pleased with, how all that's going. I think Aiden Smith did a really nice job, for Team 91, these last few games. Ooh. I'll say this too. I think that the goalie play as I expected, as we all expected, has been stellar.
Totally.
I mean, Carton Stoller has been staying on his head. In that previous game was just outrageous, and my man Big Tasty, Caleb Fayok, is outstanding.
Only giving up 1 goal so far to Fire here. Looking to find a ground ball situation.
There's not a whole lot of goal to shoot on when you're going against Big Tasty.
So we've probably got the best name in this class of 22 in Johnny Cool going against the best nickname in Big Tasty. Would you say that?
Oh, no doubt.
1:45 to go, second quarter. Annapolis Hawks up 5-1 on Team 91 Maryland in the inaugural Isle Elite 8 championship game. And Ty, I mentioned it was a big day. We'll talk about this a little bit more at halftime. But before half, I want to make sure that folks get an opportunity to take a look at some of the guys that we may be talking about, including number 77 in white, Dom Petramala. He was number 2 in your class of 22 top 10 that you released earlier today.
And yeah, I think just seeing Dom really come into his own as a midi, I think looking back at his game as a lefty sniper for BL as a freshman, and just how well he's inserted himself and kind of shown off the kind of athlete he is, and can really just get his from anywhere. I think that's obviously made a lot of college coaches want him, but you've also seen him defer a little bit and can be a feeder, but someone like Paul Garza as well is really taking over, and I think, again, these college coaches have seen a lot of these players a ton on film. So to see this, they already have a strong impression of Garza, but I think that he's really helped himself as well, and just like that, and a kid like George Acton as well, who I think is just excellent. A lot of depth in this team, but yeah, Dom Petramala, I think, has been really impressive the whole summer. You can just see him create offense and just command so much attention from the opposing defense.
Tries to take a dodge on Jake Bear there. Throws up to Race Ripley. Ripley moves it over to the righty wing. That was Garza, who you just mentioned, with the big right-handed step down.
Got a number of release points, man.
It's going to come back to Fire with 6 seconds left, and that'll do it for the half. Annapolis Hawks up 5-1 in this championship game. So, Ty, obviously, we mentioned the top 10 getting released today. Just to start, can you describe, in a weird year like this, how you try to go about the process?
Yeah, no, there was no doubt that it was very different, and I think by now that I'm someone who wants to watch as much lacrosse as possible before making a big decision like that. And I can't stress this enough. It's really about the body of work. It's not just about this summer. And so many of these players have really just put together a string of impressive tournaments over the course of the past several months, but last fall and prior to that. So I think that and that's such an important piece of it. And just going a little bit bigger and talking about the 5 stars as well, it really felt like a lot of midfield talent and a lot of 5-star caliber talent missed the summer with injury. So you kind of had to go back or just kind of just give someone the benefit of the doubt and know that, especially based on the potential college interest you hear about them getting, know that they'll be back at it. So it was definitely tough, but I think that when it gets to the top 10, it's splitting hairs for sure. But I think just looking at the body of work and looking at more so than thinking about their potential is what it's all about, and definitely rely on my contacts in college lacrosse and just the amount of film that's available, and can't stress this enough as well. I think Next Pro has done a stellar job all summer. I know that the coaches that I speak with said that they're distant first in terms of the turnaround, the quality, and you can see right here. So I think that's something that we're all pleased with.
At the top of the rankings, Joey Spallina, number 1, Team 91 Long Island Smash, obviously had 2 tough matchups today, guarded by Malachi Jones in the semifinal and Nick Linklip. Yeah, I'm going to struggle with that. Ryan Linklip in Juice Cherries in the first game, but still had probably one of the most memorable moments of the night with that goal with 1 second left in order to send the game into overtime.
Yeah, no, I mean, he. I think that you can always tell a lot about a player with how they perform in a big moment. And, Joey's been able to do that and put the team on his back along with Brock Berman. and on the other side, Charles Balsamo. So there's just so much talent from New York and Maryland, it feels like. But Spallina, I think just was just on fire at one point tonight. Watched him against the Cherries in the opener. I think he had 3 and 2 in that first quarter, and a hand in every point, every goal that they scored. So you can see he can really do it all, and that's kind of a sign of a great player, someone that's just so dynamic and constantly putting pressure on defense.
And a couple of other guys that were performing today. You mentioned Brock Berman. What was your impression of him?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you can see that he's playing with so much confidence, and he has every reason to, because he's someone that just elevated his game tremendously. I think that as impressed as I was with him in the fall at our event and watching some of the film, I feel like he's just exploded this summer. Really impressive with some individual showcases, and you can tell, again, he's playing with that confidence that's worked out nicely for him. And it's, there's, when you're playing with someone like Joey Spallina, you know that the ball is going to be in their stick because, again, it should be. Right. You have so much confidence in a guy like that, but he's also, been able to get his and share the rock and just show that toughness, and what he can do off the dodge, off the catch is just really impressive. So I think that he's just going to blow up, and his phone bill is going to skyrocket.
One other defender who was just on display in the prior game, the 5th, 6th place, Charlie Johnson from Primetime, just an absolute physical specimen, total monster. What did you take away from his play and what you were able to see today? Yeah, so I didn't get to watch as much Primetime, but what I've seen from him is he's just steady. And, as I wrote, it has gotten to the point where guys are kind of afraid to go at him. And I think that that's a sign of a great defenseman. And, Charlie is just, from everyone that I talked to about him, is just an unbelievable competitor in every sport. And I think that, a guy like that has that motor, that has that drive, and just plays as hard as he does, whether it's in the clearing game or, a second slot, off the ground, whatever it is, he's just a constant presence. And the last one, Mac Eldridge, faceoff specialist for DC Express, played an unbelievable performance against Annapolis Hawks in the first round, or the opening game of this event. What would you make of his performance?
His opponents are throwing everything but the kitchen sink at him, and he's just, winning the ball again and again and again. And, it's unfortunate his team, couldn't step up for him with their offense. But Eldridge is automatic, and I've been just crazy impressed with just how dominant he's been all summer, given that you're adjusting to new rules. And, that's kind of what stood out about him, is that he stood, tall above the rest. And literally, he gained, some size in the last 6, 7, 8 months.
So what's next as we look forward? More, obviously you made the decision, and I think a lot of folks both understand it. Paul Garza through the middle of the field.
Yeah, the kid's on fire, man. He really is. And as I mentioned, a lot of college coaches were pretty high on him and impressed with him, and a number of St. John's kids, but just solidified whatever status he already had.
He plays with so much speed and so much toughness.
Yeah, and I think just sitting over there watching him, get to the middle of the field, he's done a phenomenal job at that.
There's a lot of guys on this Hawks team that play with an edge. Trujillo is another one that stood out to me as somebody who's not going to shy away from contact. And, I don't know if he's necessarily like an elite short stick DPD, but he's somebody who I would want on my team because I know that he's going to put his nose in there. Yeah,
I think that in terms of someone that, I was saying this the other day to a coach I was speaking with, who was just a massive fan of Vinny. One of the biggest compliments you can pay a defensive midfielder is that they embrace the position. And in recent years, we've seen, a lot more credit go to those D middies, and I look at it, a player at that position differently. When you get asked about, all right, a defensive midfielder, there's going to be a lot of guys that are two-way guys or O middies that we see in the recruiting trail that will eventually get converted into it. But he's someone who's like, no, that's my role, and I'm going to embrace it and play my tail off. And he's done that pretty much whenever I've seen him. He was down injured, and just like that, he was back in the game. And that's Vinny to a T.
McCabe Millen down the right alley. I don't know whether that was took a deflection or hit the pipe, but Shot clock did not reset. It's at 40 seconds. We are here at 76ers Fieldhouse. Terry Foy joined by Ty Zanders. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Annapolis Hawks up 6-1 on Team 91 Maryland Fire. Millen going back to work. And Kent Good is going to gather that ball and lead the break. Michael Weishar bringing it down in transition. Moves it to Gavin Kelly. Inside to Ryan Schreier for his second goal of the game. Easy finish on the doorstep. That one didn't cost his body quite as much as the dive on the prior one, but it is 7-1 Hawks with 7:30 to go in the third quarter. So I asked and you didn't have an opportunity to answer, but what comes next after identifying the top 10 players in this 22 class?
Well, no, I was just kind of daydreaming about the thought of sleep, for a second.
That's
and then,
what comes next.
Exactly. Get home, get a little sleep, catch some rest, and then hit the phones and start to talk to some kids about their options and some club coaches and it's funny. It's such a weird year because in so many ways, I don't know what to expect. A lot of us don't know what to expect. I know that the people that I've talked to that I'm close with this week have said that they expect a lot of their players to get offers on 9-1, and I think that my expectation is that this whole thing could move quickly for the players that are near the top of the class, that are most well thought of. And I tend to agree, and it's funny because in my head you kind of think that they're going to need those 4, 5, 6 weekends to make their visits and all that, and then make a decision. It's not going to fly off the board. Well, no, it's all over Zoom, I think that. To me, I think it's so vital to build those relationships and spend time building those relationships and ultimately make a decision and without rushing it. But I really think that this could take a while for a lot of 5-star, a few 5 stars and 4 stars. It'll be very interesting, and I don't know what to expect. Could we go to bed tomorrow night and wake up with a few more commits? So we have a few right off the bat tonight. It's so hard to say. It's such a unique position, and I can't stress this enough. Just take your time and be smart about it and don't rush it. And everyone kind of emphasizes that this is just the start date for everything. This isn't if you don't get a call, just keep working.
Gavin Kelly stings the near side pipe. I believe that was strong on the dodge. Drew 2. Easy pass down and a good look for Kelly. 8-1 Hawks, 5:22 to go in the third quarter, and it's getting to be that time. We got Ty Ambush at the faceoff X, and Fire's going to need to make something happen here. So, in terms of continuing to identify players, obviously the top 10 comprises in past years a little, like 40 to 50% of your 5 stars. So what is that 5-star group going to look like, you think, this year?
Yeah, so it's going to be, I'll say this. I've got about 11 or 12 guys. There's one player that,
on command,
yeah,
Trujillo.
Yeah, these St. John's guys, man, very impressive.
But so you were saying that you've got 10, 11 guys, 12 guys that fit the criteria, fit the mold. But I guess that's also a good question. What is a 5-star supposed to look like in your estimation?
For the most part, I want a 5-star to just, wow me, wow evaluators just about every time that they're out there. And, sure, that's a lot to ask, especially for a 16, 17-year-old, especially when you didn't have a high school season, which affects the consistency and some of the bad habits. So, I want to be blown away, 9 times out of 10. And I think, from the lion's share of these 5 stars, you've seen that, and, a guy in this field will earn that. Right now, we'll earn that tomorrow night at, some point tomorrow night.
I like it.
Yeah, no, again, I'm trying to stay awake here, but but no, it's a class that, I felt was a little bit weak at midfield, and as we mentioned, a number of kids that missed the summer with injury. Someone like Joey Terenzi from the Milan Express, who we put number 3 overall in the top midfielder. For the Hawks, you have Michael Weishauer, who's coming back, who, is a guy who's well thought of. I think there's so many players that, have earned it, and also a number of players that will add throughout the fall, and when we get to the end of the calendar year, to that 5-star status.
Charles Balsamo with his 6th goal of the night makes it 9-2 Hawks leading Maryland Fire. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Catching our breath.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if I would have been able to
also
handle another one of those nail biters down to the stretch.
No, and it's also hot as Hades in here, so it doesn't help.
So Ty, the last question I'll ask before we let you get back to watching players and evaluating is about just again, when you think of this summer, when you take yourself back to early March, high school seasons get canceled, we all have to deal with the practical and emotional fallout of that. You very memorably, I believe it's still your pin tweet, talked about how it's more than a game. And at that time, who knew what we were going to get this summer? So you weren't able to be on the field as frequently as you wanted to, or certainly in June at all, really. And when you were on the field, college coaches weren't there. Paul Garza, once again, really nice underhanded dodge, bringing the stick back into his right hand with a low-to-low finish. How will you remember the summer of 2020?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It almost makes you emotional thinking about it, because I think that just getting back to being back on the field, and it was watching Team 91 Maryland, play the Baltimore Crabs, and then a few days later, heading down to Tennessee for Juniors Open, and just, those first few days, I couldn't have been happier just to be back and, doing what I love and watching lacrosse, because that's what, gives me, the most fulfillment, and being with such amazing people. So to me, it was certainly a weird summer, but just to have the opportunity to see these kids, play and do what they love, and get great film, and compete and watch the coaches coach. I think it was just an absolute thrill, because when everything was canceled, I had no idea what was going to happen. No one did, and in many ways, as when the outlook looked grim for this summer, I kind of I felt like it wouldn't have been the worst thing to just kind of, if we didn't have a summer, push it back another year and have the 22s get recruited next year as rising seniors. But just to see how much lacrosse was played and in a safe environment, just pretty incredible across the board for all these tournament operators and all these clubs, just their ability to adapt. Obviously going to shout out our own events team and all the teams involved, in inside lacrosse events. Just pretty incredible. I wouldn't have guessed this would happen. And again, that's a St. John's, stalwarts.
Gavin Kelly coming back to his left, finishing high over Stoller, making it 11-2 as we end the third quarter. Hawks up, and Patrick McEwen made it on the prior game at the going into the fourth quarter of the prior game, but this is gut check time. You've played 11 quarters of lacrosse, and now in this game, outcome's likely decided. But if you're a college coach watching and you're still up, which you probably are, you are going to be able to see guys test their mettle when they're playing to compete, not playing necessarily to win.
And also, if you're a college coach, you apparently, from what I hear, you heard Patrick McEwen talk about a face-off in reference to a 1920s.
Economic theory, yeah.
Just incredible. I mean, not shocked at all.
That's the kind of content that you get when you come to Inside Lacrosse.
Well, Terry, thanks for having me. I promise to speak better English. Remember to answer some of these questions better, hopefully in a podcast this week when we've gotten that rest. But I know we've got a lot of content coming, and I'm pretty pumped to see how everything unfolds. And I think just for these kids to walk off the field, hop in the car, probably just exhausted. But just kind of perk up and get that smile, getting a text or an email, whatever it is, a call from a coach, and it's got to be a pretty incredible, indescribable feeling for all these guys.
Ty, thank you for joining us, and enjoy the rest of this one. And yeah, you're right. We'll be back on a podcast later in the week.
Yes, sir.
Muted for now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Great conversation, guys.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Seems like you know a little bit about this.
Yeah, unfortunately. That's not unfortunate, but
I mean, you
I
guys,
was gonna say.
yeah, it's just
so you played since very young, right?
yeah. So I started. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
I'm gonna open now.
And we're back to start the fourth quarter of the championship of the IL Elite 8. Team 91 Maryland Fire will go man up, trailing 11-2 with 11:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Just an outpouring from the Annapolis Hawks offense. Particularly impressive has been Paul Garza. In Kelly with the most recent goal. Gavin Kelly, excuse me. Fire looking to make something happen here. Cade Millen tries to go low. And Kent Good couldn't make it happen, and then Good beat Balsamo to the end line in order to gain possession. Hawks back on offense with Petramala, Garza, and Kelly as the midfield. Penalty is released. Ripley going to work. Gets to the middle of the field, moves it over to Garza. Dodging a shorty. Kelly, Ripley, Petramala. Ty made the comment about Petramala that I would like to echo, which is it's been really impressive to see the variety of ways he can impact the game as a midfielder relative to what he'd previously been. Excuse me. Now the penalty is released as Weishart joins the action. Petramala from up top, dodging on Cool, goes to his right, and beats Stoller between his legs. Really nice bouncer. High to low. (12-2) Hawks, 9:25 to play in the fourth quarter. Petramala adds to his tally. It's 11:35 here on the East Coast, which means that September 1st is 25 minutes away, that date of first contact. I want to thank everybody for joining us on the stream. I'm Terry Foy. 9 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter of the IL Elite 8 championship game. Annapolis Hawks up on Team 91 Maryland Fire, 12-2. Hawks got through DC Express and Sweetlax. 91 Maryland dispatched 3 to New England and Team 91 Long Island Smash in order to get to this spot. This is a 3-game, 1-night event. Games began at 5 p.m. We have 2 fields. Luke Williams getting in on the action. A guest from St. Ignatius in California. He had 1 assist coming in, and that was a really, really nice right-handed rip. So the way this event is structured, each team plays 3 games, which means that all of the positions will be played for. So right now we've got Team 91 Long Island Smash taking on Sweetlax, the 2 semifinal losers, in the 3rd, 4th place game. And we had Primetime Top Juice Cherries in the 5th, 6th place game. Devin Lucky with the restart from X. Takes it lefty and finishes with a bouncer. Pass good. 13-3, 6:24 to play in the fourth quarter. It was a good take from Lucky. Hasn't gotten a ton of runs so far tonight. He's out with Balsamo and Core. As Fire looks like they're trying to make a little bit more happen from the midfield. Boyd versus Ambush at the Face-Off X. And we are going to go black ball as Trujillo is called for playing without a stick. Mishandle on the clear. Gavin Kelly comes up with it, settles. .4:30 to go. Hawks up 14-3. Ambush and Boyd back at the face-off X. 3-on-3 scrum. Black called with a loose ball push. Boyd moves the ball to Kelly. And Petramala on at the midfield. With Souza. I think that's Williams. That would be Michael Weischer. Good action for Ryan Schreier, but his right-handed shot goes wide. 3:30 to go. Hawks restart with Weischer. His pass goes over the midline. Balsamo picks it up. Takes it through the teeth of the defense, rolls back. Petramala comes out of the scrum with the ground ball. Throws ahead. His pass too high for Schreier. 3 minutes to go. Fire looks to clear. .145 to go. Colin Campbell matched up against Ryan Figueres. Goes to his left. Gets to 5-5, one-handed pass, and that is a shot clock violation. 1:34 to go. 14-3, Hawks on top. Jackson Roberts tries that in transition. Nice feed inside to Michael Weischer from Luke Williams. 15-3, Hawks lead with 45 seconds to go. And I think that's going to do it for this one. Really impressive offensive and defensive performance from the Hawks in this one. They had outscored their opponents 17-13 coming into this one, and have really just shown a lot, offensively and defensively. Thank you for checking out the live stream, the inaugural IL Elite 8. I am Terry Foy. Congratulations to the Annapolis Hawks for winning the event. Thank you so much for joining, and make sure to check out InsideLacrosse.com all week as we continue to unveil content from this event, as well as so much more recruiting content as the September 1 recruiting season begins. And make sure to check out Inside Lacrosse podcast. As Ty mentioned, we will be recapping the events of this week, and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, as we will be updating the latest news at Inside Lacrosse, at Inside_Lacrosse on Twitter, and we look forward to seeing you at the next Inside Lacrosse Next Pro live stream.
Thank you. Cool.
Nice job, guys.